What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're enjoying your Sunday early afternoon so far. This is NYG Jeffy T85 here, and I'm going to talk about some recent comments that New York Giants head coach Brian Daboll spoke with NFL Network's Judy Battista, talking about the New York Giants, their past season, and with the fact that they're building a foundation, but they still have a long way to go until they're in the position where they believe they're going to be heading into the 2023 NFL season. Now, New York Giants recently spoke with NFL Network's Judy Battista on talking about the new era of BigBlue football and how it's been getting off to a good start after what the team did in 2022, with the fact that they went 9-7-1, and they made it all the way to the divisional round when nobody expected them to even be sniffing anywhere near the playoffs. Brian Daboll went on to say it first. I thought it was a good start. We laid the foundation and have a long way to go. But just to interact with people in the building, not just on the football side, but the business side, all the different departments, I thought General Manager Schoen and I tried to establish what we wanted to bring to the table. And that's exactly what those guys did. Continuity, coming from the certain place, together, having an established identity they wanted to build with their team, and going out there and starting to implement that strategy on the football field and in the front office, in the coaching department. And that's exactly what the New York Giants did and why they had such a great season overall. But obviously, he says they're building that foundation. You look at the young players that this team is starting to put together. Kayvon Thibodeau. Yes, he had a rough year, but Evan Neal, Joshua Ezeudu, Marcus McKeithen, Darian Beavers. Now you bring in guys like Bobby Okereke. Darius Slayton is back. You got Wan'Dale Robinson on the team. You got Isaiah Hodgins, Paris Campbell. You got Aziz Ojulari. You got Dexter Lawrence. You got Andrew Thomas. You got Xavier McKinney. You got Cordell Flott, Darnay Holmes. Adoree Jackson's not even that old. You brought back Sterling Shepard. You brought back Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, Shane Lemieux, Ben Bredesen. I can go on and on. Micah McFadden, Dane Belton, Daniel Bellinger. You have an established identity that the New York Giants are starting to build amongst their roster and amongst their team. But he also mentioned that it's still a long way to go because it's a whole new season. They have to learn their identity. They have to learn to play with one another as a team. And with the fact that there's still ways to go before they're going to be able to catch up to what Philadelphia and Dallas has built over the years. Brian Daboll went on to say to Judy Battista, certainly got a long way to go because the upcoming year, you're faced with the task of, again, building a team again. Not just collecting talent, so 30 to 40% of your team is going to be new. So different challenges, certainly grateful for the opportunity, but made a lot of mistakes along the way. And we're trying to learn from them throughout the offseason. I love the fact that he threw that in there, that he's still trying to learn from his mistakes, and he's not just pretty much resting on his laurels for what he did in the 2022 season. Daboll knows there's some mistakes that he made during his rookie season, but now that he's got experience on learning what it's like to be an NFL coach, he's going to take from that and he's going to build on it going into the 2023 NFL season. And Daboll and General Manager Schoen, since arriving in New York, they built themselves a 9-7-1 team in 2022 after the team went 4-13 and suffered multiple losing years. And it's the first time the New York Giants made the playoffs since 2016 when they got bounced by the Green Bay Packers in the wild card round after the team ended up after the team finished with a 10-6 record in the regular season. It eventually ended in an ugly fashion, we all know, where the Giants lost 38-7 in the divisional round to the eventual NFC champion Philadelphia Eagles. But there's obviously more strides and more to be building. Giants obviously signed Daniel Jones to an extension, 4 years, $160 million. Essentially, it's a 2-year deal for $89 million, but it's still 4-year deal. They gave the franchise tag to Saquon Barkley, but they left key guys like John Feliciano, Nick Gates, and Julian Love. They let them go and departed in free agency. But the Giants also made a big acquisition at tight end where they traded for Darren Waller, former Pro Bowl tight end, 30-year-old tight end from the Las Vegas Raiders, in exchange for a third-round draft pick, which leaves the team 10 draft picks left to go in this upcoming draft in 2023. They also signed Raheem Nunez-Roches from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They signed a few wide receivers, Paris Campbell from the Indianapolis Colts, Jamison Crowder from the Buffalo Bills, and Jeff Smith from the New York Jets. They signed Bobby Okereke, linebacker from the Indianapolis Colts. They signed Amani Oruwariye from the Detroit Lions, cornerback. Tommy Sweeney from the Buffalo Bills, tight end. And they re-signed key players like Isaiah Hodgins, Lawrence Cager, Jack Anderson, 2 exclusive rights deals. They also, Wyatt Davis as well was an exclusive right free agent. They re-signed him. They re-signed veterans, Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard, 2 new deals. So they brought those guys back, as well as Jihad Ward. Slayton and Shepard, wide receivers. Jihad Ward, outside linebacker. And, of course, they still have the NFL draft on the horizon. So they're making small, solid additions to their football team that are only on 1 or 2 year deals, but a lot of guys that are coming off injuries or have underperformed in their original locations, and they're looking to build on it. And I like the fact that Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen are not resting on their laurels, and they're still mentioning that they got ways to go because of the fact that they still need to find a way to build up this team with a lot of new faces coming in. It's going to take time for this team to be able to gel into a unit going into the 2023 NFL season. That's fine, and you still have a bunch of rookies that are coming in on deals as well. They're not automatically going to come in and become difference makers immediately. It takes time on how to build a football team, and it takes time in order to build chemistry with your football team. And it takes time for these guys to understand the play concepts and as well as the playbook that these guys are going to be learning going into the 2023 NFL season. So I like the fact that this team is still planning on continuing to build up the foundation of this roster, even if the team might take a couple of steps back in 2023 because it's about the future. You try to win now, but you continue to build for the future. And you're getting a lot of your guys back from injury that you didn't have last year. Shepard's coming back from injury. Robinson's coming back from injury. Beavers, McKeithen, Azudu, Belton had a banged up year. He's now going to potentially be the starter, or at least be a key contributor as a backup going into this upcoming season. Bobby McCain. I forgot about Bobby McCain, was a free agent pickup too. You have to build that identity as a team and as a roster, and you go forward with that, and that's how you can continue to have sustained success as a football franchise in 2023 and beyond. And I like what the fact the Giants are doing, and let's see if they can continue that going into the 2023 season. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Give a sub to NYG Jeffy T85. More news, updates, and chatter surrounding the New York Giants. Turn on the bell for notifications on the next video or short dropping on the channel surrounding the New York Giants. And let me know in the comment section what you think about Brian Daboll's recent comments that he made to Judy Battista of the NFLNetwork regarding the New York Giants in terms of their overall foundation being built and the fact they're growing as a team, and there's still a long way to go for this team before they can reach sustained success going forward towards the 2023 NFL season. Thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Take it easy, and let's go New York Football Giants. As always, together blue, everyone.